What is going on, guys? My name is Drakesy and welcome back to a brand new video on this channel. Now today's video is going to be a selection of players that are within FIFA Ultimate Team that have decided to switch nations from their original birthplace. So if you do like this idea, I know other YouTubers have covered this, but to be honest I've not really looked into it much and I just thought it'd be an interesting video. So if you do kind of like this, then be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that goodness. It shows support and it does help me want to make more content and stuff in the future, so thank you very much, and let's get into the players. So the first player on this list is going to be Patrick Vieira. Now a lot of you may know this one, this is a more common one out of all of them on the list, but Patrick Vieira did in fact play for France, as you may well know, but the team that he could have played for and he chose not to is actually the African country Senegal. Now as we can see, he could have very well played for this country. I do believe this is the country that Dembele plays for. I could be wrong. There are other big players that have played for this country in the past, but obviously, in my opinion, I think it was the right selection for him to go and play for France. But you decide in the comment section below, tell me what you guys think. The next player that we're going to be looking at is a bit of an odd one, and that is going to be Subotic. Now Subotic, Neven Subotic, that is, of Borussia Dortmund, the centre-back. You guys may know him, and he does in fact play for Serbia. But to be honest, at the moment, he's not actually getting into the Serbian squad. I believe that his place has actually been beaten out, and I do think that he's sitting on the bench, or not even getting called up a lot of the time. But that doesn't take away from the fact that he is a pretty good defender in game and in real life for Borussia Dortmund. Now the reason why this guy changed his country was in fact that he used to live in Yugoslavia. Now which, if you don't know, Yugoslavia used to be a build-up of different countries nowadays that eventually broke up into their own countries, and there was a war going on, I think it was called the Bosnian War, when he was growing up. So his country decided to move to Germany. When the passports expired, he actually moved to USA, so Neven Subotic could in fact play for USA, but when he did eventually come of age, he actually had the choice to move back and get citizenship for one of the two countries. Those two countries were Serbia and Bosnia. So he could have also played for Bosnia as well as USA, but he decided to go with Serbia, which is quite an interesting one because I do believe he was actually born in the part that was classed as Bosnia. So yeah, Subotic could have played for 3 countries as far as I'm aware, but he did choose Serbia. Now this one is probably the most common of them all, and that is going to be Lukas Podolski. If you don't know, Lukas Podolski did play for Germany. Now I say did because I don't think he's been getting called up for Germany recently. But in fact, Podolski could have played for their very, very close neighbours of Poland. Now to me, the Polish card on Podolski, as we can see it here, it just looks right on him. I don't know why. I think maybe it's the name. Maybe because his name starts with a P-O, like for Poland, and Podolski, it kind of goes a bit more. But to be honest, I just think it would have been fantastic to see him play for Poland, but instead he did pick Germany, and to be honest, he did pretty well for them as well. The next player we're going to be looking at is Nani. Nani, formerly of Manchester United, now playing out in the Spanish League for Valencia, and as we can tell, everybody knows that Nani plays for Portugal. He's been playing for him for a long while now, but in fact he did actually have the option to play for the country Cape Verde. Now I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but I do believe that is the country. As you can see, the flag is right there in front of you. Cape Verde, yeah, so they don't really have any other good players on FIFA. They do have a few other golds, I think about 3 other golds, but to be honest, I think he probably did make the right choice in choosing Portugal, even though this Cape Verde was where he was actually born. So you decide whether it's morally right, but honestly, he probably did do the better choice picking Portugal, because he's managed to win the Euros with them. The next player is going to be McGeady, or Eden McGeady, I'm not too sure how you would say it, but if you did not know, Eden McGeady was in fact born in Scotland, so he could have very well played for Scotland. But there was some very odd going on. Now I don't know how exactly it worked out, but he grew up and he was born in Scotland. I believe he played for Celtic for a while, but he played for Queen's Park Rangers, and for some reason you had to play for a school club if you wanted to be in the Scottish team. It made no sense, but apparently he couldn't get into the Scottish team because he hadn't played for a Scottish school team, something along those lines. And apparently the Republic of Ireland stepped in and they said, if you do want to come and play for us, we're more than happy for you to come and play for us. And I think he snatched up that offer as soon as he could have done. And to be honest, it wasn't a bad choice. He's a pretty good player and good on Republic of Ireland for scouting him out quick. Bit of a shame for Scotland because these days they're not doing that good. The next player is going to be a massively well-known player, and that's going to be Gonzalo Higuain. As we can see, Gonzalo Higuain plays for Argentina. I'm sure all of us know that. To be honest, a lot of Argentinians might not want him to play for them because the amount of opportunities it seems like he misses when they get to finals and he misses an open goal, when he's trying to go for a penalty and he misses the penalty. It just seems like he's got a bad luck omen over him. But maybe the reason why he has that was because in fact he was born in France. Now, I don't know if there are any more reasons why Higuain did not choose to play for France. Maybe there were some like personal reasons, I'm not too sure. He did in fact choose to play for Argentina, and that is completely up to him if the opportunity is there, I guess. But yeah, Higuain now plays for Argentina, could have played for France. The next player is going to be the reverse of that, a player that could have played for another country but chose France, and that is going to be Deco. Now, I think that's how you pronounce his name. I do sometimes pronounce names wrong, as you may well know, but Deco did choose to play for France, but the actual choice of the team that he could have played for was in fact Ghana. Ghana was his home country where he was born, and once again, I don't know if there are any further complications why he didn't choose Ghana. Maybe he got citizenship in France and he saw Ghana's national team going nowhere, so he chose France. Maybe there were personal reasons why he chose France. But yeah, Deco could have played for Ghana, and that would have been a pretty interesting card to see. But then again, would he have achieved the things that he achieved if he didn't play for France? Maybe he wouldn't have. We'll never know. The next player is going to be the legend Deco. Now, as we can see, this is a particularly popular one once again, but Deco chose to play for Portugal as a national team, and there were a lot of people that didn't agree with this because his original birthplace was in fact in Brazil, so Deco could have well played for Brazil but chose not to. Bit of an odd one. I'm sure a lot of football players, if given the opportunity, would in fact choose to play for Brazil because they seem like one of the most popular footballing countries, but it is completely up to him, I guess. But a bit more on Deco. A lot of people weren't happy when he did in fact decide to play for Portugal over Brazil, and that actually did include Figo, the legend from Portugal as well. The actual player, as you can see, I'll flash up his legend card so you can see. And Figo actually came out at that time during football and said that he didn't fully agree with the inclusion of Deco into the squad because he wasn't actually a born Portuguese player. So yeah, that's pretty interesting, but yeah, let's move on from there. Now the next one is a bit of an odd one. I had to go back a few FIFAs to get his card and I kind of customised it myself, but as you can see, this is Clarence Seedorf. Clarence Seedorf is a massive legend. You know, I'm pretty sure it's only a matter of time before he gets his own legend card. But yeah, this is one that I've customised and made up myself from a few FIFAs back, so sorry if it looks a bit dodgy. But yeah, Seedorf did play for Holland or Netherlands, however you want to call it. And in fact, Seedorf chose not to play for his original birth country, which was in fact Suriname. Now, this is the flag for Suriname. I'm not sure if I'm saying that country correctly, and if you ask me to find it on a map or a globe, there's probably no opportunity for me to find it because I've never even heard of the country before. But as you can see, he in fact did not choose to play for that, and he opted to play for Holland. Don't know how that opportunity came up. Maybe he'd lived there for a few years, maybe, I don't know, for family or, you know, something along those lines. But he did choose to play for Holland. To be honest, that probably was the correct decision in my eyes, but it's completely up to you guys to decide otherwise. But now let's move on to the final player. And the final player we come to is Jonathan de Guzman, and as you can see, once again, another player that chose to play for Holland / Netherlands instead of their own birth country. If you don't know, Jonathan de Guzman's birth country is in fact in Canada. He was born in Toronto, and the reason why I've decided to keep this one till last is because I absolutely love Canada to bits. I think Canada's amazing, and I've always loved it since I've been young, so for some reason I just wanted to save this one till last because it included Canada, no other reason apart from that. But honestly, I read an article on de Guzman, and de Guzman I think did in fact come out and say The reason why he chose not to play for Canada is because he didn't really see the country going anywhere in developing players, so he wanted the best opportunity for himself to actually win and do things in football. So we decided to pick Holland, and I don't know how the opportunity came up once again. There's so many reasons why it could have popped up, but yeah, he chose them over Canada. But another little fun fact before we do finish this video is that Guzman in fact did have a brother who did play for Canada. So yeah, there you go. So the Guzman brothers played for different countries, if you didn't know that. But that's going to be the wrap up of today's video. If you have enjoyed it, like, comment, subscribe, all that goodness. Thanks for watching, and see you in a bit, guys.